We're going to start by getting Georgia out of her kennel. Now, if I open the door, that does not give her permission to bolt out. We have practiced this quite a bit because she did struggle in the beginning, but at this point, I really just open the kennel and she knows to stay. But when she comes home, you'll really want to reinforce this through all doorways and thresholds, making sure that she doesn't bolt through. When I clip to her collar, that is also not a release. She does not get to just come out of the kennel. So we just wait for her to settle, and she's done really well. When I get her out of the kennel, I go right into a heel that sets the tone for this whole session that we're doing. But a nice, calm release is gonna keep that energy level low so she's not bouncing all over the place. I like her to be calm through any doorway. So right here, Brandon walks in, it was a good distraction. She tried to go say hi, I gave her a leash correction. I have her wait, I'm able to see if there's any other dogs or people, and then we can walk out the doorway together. Now, I really want you to watch the leash handling videos that we sent in the phase 2 update. This is gonna go over how to hold the leash, how to give corrections, and it's gonna be a lot easier to make sense of all of this. A nice clear release. No jumping. We always want to make sure that she's not going to jump, and she has done very well with this as well. For this next section, we're going to go over heeling. A heel just means that she needs to be next to me, behind my left heel, and walking with me. Whether we're walking or standing, she needs to be by me. She can't lag behind, and she can't forge ahead. If she forges ahead, I will slow down, use the leash to correct. If she lags behind, I'll actually speed up and get her with me. But it doesn't matter if I'm going fast or slow, left turns, right turns, starting or stopping, she needs to stay with me at all times. Here, I just wanted to show you how we use food. You can get her breakfast or her dinner out when you go on walks or even in the house, and use her food just to have fun, keep her engaged. But we really don't need it at this point. It just makes it more exciting for Georgia. Back to a regular heel, and she's done really well. Now here I have Brandon act as my distraction for me. You're always gonna have people on your walks in the neighborhood, wherever you are, that think Georgia is just the cutest thing ever and wants to say hi to her. You absolutely can introduce her to people, but there are always gonna be times where you don't want her engaging in that distraction. So whether Brandon is patting his legs, saying, "Oh, what a cute dog," she stays with me, which has been really good. She has been fantastic with all of these distractions. Now, there will be times on your walk that you want to say hi to your neighbor, and you can totally do that. But you need to make sure that Georgia doesn't jump or bolt or bark or run over to the person. She needs to stay with you, and you can feel in your leash, actually, if she's getting up. But you should be able to shake your neighbor's hand, exchange pleasantries, and go on your way. She should stay with you that whole time. Now, there will be times where you want your dog to say hi to somebody. You can shake their hand. She needs to be calm, polite, attentive before letting her go say hi. And here I do let her go say hi to Brandon. She's a little apprehensive at first, but she goes in for some love and gets some pets. Notice that there's no jumping whatsoever. And then I'm able to recall her away and go back into our heel. When we're done, it's a nice clear release of Georgia, okay, and make sure she doesn't jump. And here, we're gonna do the same thing, but with dog distractions. Now, everybody has a dog, it feels like, and there's always gonna be a dog on your walk in the neighborhood, on the street, when you go downtown. And it's the same thing as the people. Georgia is not allowed to run over to them. She loves dogs. She loves to be everybody's friend. But she has learned that when she is in this formal obedience, and even when she's not in this formal obedience, that she can't just run over to dogs. So she stays with me the whole time, even if she's a little excited to see Alvin, the sweet little doodle. Now, there's always going to be times, too, where you want to say hi to your neighbor who has a dog, and it's the same exact thing. She has to be nice, calm, polite, attentive. You walk over, you're able to shake their hand. Now, Alvin gets up, but Brandon corrects him, gets him back behind him, and we're able to shake hands again. I can give Georgia a little pet, and then we go on our way. Now, there will be times in your walks where you want Georgia to say hi to another dog. The other dog, as well as Georgia, also needs to be calm, polite, and attentive. There can't be any lunging or barking or trying to bolt over. If there is, just keep moving and avoid the interaction. But both dogs were being good, so we said, go say hi. We always have a loose leash when we're introducing dogs to people or to other dogs, because if we need to give them a correction, it is very clear what the boundary is to the dog. Now, neither dog were really interested in saying hi to each other, which is totally fine. I got to say hi to Alvin, Brandon got to say hi to Georgia, and then we just kept moving. For this next part, super simple, just wanted to show you what it's like when we sit down on any couch or chair. Georgia is not allowed to just jump up on the couch. A lot of dogs do this. They think it's their space, so they jump up. But like with any resource, you control it. So if you don't want Georgia on the couch, she's not allowed on the couch. If you do want her to kind of lounge around with you, that's fine. But it's on your initiative, and you get to invite her up. And if she is on the couch, she still has to follow the calm, polite, attentive rule. She can't be worming around, kicking her legs, or acting any sort of rambunctious. She has to be calm. But here, we're just bouncing around, relaxing, and notice that she's not jumping up. She's not trying to push her affection through. She's being a very, very good dog. We always do this a few times, repetition, and just like the other time, she was really good. She kind of just waits, and eventually she will lay down. Now for this last section, we're going to go over the place command. A place really just means any fixed space that the dog has to stay on until released. So that could be a dog bed or a mat or anything like that. And it's really just a place for her to settle, for her to relax while you're cooking dinner or watching TV or anything like that. But you want to get really good at her doing this when nothing serious is really going on. So when something more exciting does happen, she has seen this picture before and she knows that she needs to stay. So think about when you order pizza or Chinese food, or when the UPS guy shows up. She has already seen this picture because maybe you've had your friend come over and knock on the door a few times. You're always ready with the leash to correct her. Now, she's not really ready for, long durations at this point, but we're really getting her set up to being more comfortable staying on that place bed. So when we do go further in her training, she'll be excellent at it. Here, I can have Brandon walk by, and she isn't getting up. She's been so good at this. She's such a chill puppy that it's been really a pleasure showing her these different pictures. And she isn't messing up. Now, I kind of wish that she would get up so I can show you really how to correct her, but she's doing such a good job. Now with anything, we do repetition, repetition, repetition. So I have Brandon walk through again. And this really is stuff that you're gonna wanna practice. So when you are expecting a delivery driver or you're not expecting it, Georgia knows what to do. And even if I toss food, right? So I'm tossing some food. She really loves this food. I'm tossing it around her. She's not getting up. Now notice that my leash stays loose because if she did get up, I would be able to correct her and that would be a very clear boundary for her. I tell her to stay and I can walk around a little bit. Like I said, she's not really ready for super long durations, but she's doing such a good job. Like again, more repetition. I walk through. I actually knock pretty hard on the door. She does get up, but she sits back down, and that's really good. She didn't come off the bed, and that's really all that we want. And lastly, here is a video that I did post on Instagram just a few days ago that I hope you saw. And it's when we were still using food and keeping it fun, but it also shows how I gave the corrections when she was on her place bed. And this is a good reminder that when she first comes home and she's still getting used to your routine, your new leadership, and your new structure, that you can leave the leash on in the house. And actually I recommend that. So when you do need to give corrections, you're able to quickly and swiftly, and those corrections are made clear to Georgia and she knows exactly what she's getting corrected for. Just make clear boundaries, follow through, stick to these principles, and you guys are going to do so good. I have no doubt. And that's about all I got for you. If you have any questions, any concerns, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, happy dog training.